I'm gonna be honest, this AO for me is kind of simple. Green 4 just have everyone spawn right there, and then, you know, right to left, avoid that patrol base, and you can just hit the sectors early on, get a nice line formation going in. You can have forces bypass, hit Sector 2 if Sector 1 is too well defended, and then encircle and eliminate the first sector. I think the only additional things is Blue 4 doesn't have any assets. They only have extra ammo back at base, so they can you know, go a little heavier on their machine guns. Green 4 has a BRDM and a technical. Technical kind of useless in this terrain. BRDM could be useful, but I mean, yeah, no, you got some hilltops up here that are in the 200s. You could put the BRDM up here and snipe with it, but beyond that, not really much to work with there. But we do have a full server today, so we'll have to see how that goes. You're going to hear everyone in the TFAR channel right now going through. That's 124 players on right now. It's round 1 mod addict, actually. There's something I'm working on. It'll be announced tomorrow. Still can't publicly talk about it till tomorrow when it's publicly announced. I've been trying to get done. It's been done for a while, but there's a difference in being done and being polished. And this one, in my opinion, needed a lot of polish. And then I over-polished it and realized the frame rate was trash, so I had to then revert back, and that's always a pain in the ass. But you'll see what I mean. I'm not even doing my normal segue in which I hint at what it is. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I've been working on that since the morning, and I woke up at 11 today, so it's been about 4 or 5 hours of work, which, 24 hours of testing, you know? But anyway, let's go ahead and look at our breakdown here. Just a simple ad sector, no breakdown, no background. A 2-kilometer view distance, build points at 155 for reference. Usually that number is 125 is considered the default. That just allows the defenders to build fortifications. Medium anti-tank settings, 2 per side, is SMA for Blue 4, RPG 32 for Op 4. That has its own squad. Blue 4 is going to be Marine Force Recon kits. Defending their marksman rifle is going to be a Mark 11 20-round 7.62 by 51 NATO rifle. Primary weapons are either going to be the M4A1 or the M27 IAR. Difference is the M27 has full auto. The M4 has only burst fire. Fun fact, the reason they made most M4s burst is because of what happened in Vietnam. Too many GIs would go full auto on their gun and burn all their ammo and get picked off, so military is like, hey, let's fix that issue by taking it away, put it on burst instead. Anyway, fun fact of the day. M9 Beretta for their secondary, M249 for the light machine gunner, M240 Gulf for the medium machine gunners. Light anti-tank is going to be the M136. Crew and aviation doesn't matter. They don't have any of those assets today. Nothing on crew serve weapons, nothing on assets. They just get additional ammo in that cargo container there. All right. Curie is going to be commanding from TSB. Mackenzie is going to be his 2IC. Kabubi is going to be leading Alpha's squad. Duke going to be the 2IC. Steve being the marksman. There you see with the Mark 11 there. Ellie being Alpha 1's lead with Mogsy, Towner, Ozzy, Bonkers, Abdolski, and Beats. Oddball. Oh, interesting. There's no Alpha 2. Wow, we have a full server. No Alpha 2. Interesting. Oddball leading Bravo. They might have merged parts of Alpha 1 with Alpha 2 together. Again, I'm looking at the sizes. Nope, that's just standard Alpha 1. Interesting. Oddball leading Bravo. Bravo's 2IC is Alexander. Stefan being the medic for Bravo. They're not taking a marksman slot. Sticks leading Bravo 1 with Surgicat, Kingsman, Ruva, Clyde Owl, Real Jamie, and Hash. Roofy leading Bravo 2 with Arcane, who is on the multi, by the way. Atuskin, Wise, Holton, Oblivious Ninja, and Thompson. Heartseer leading Charlie. No 2IC. Instead, he's taking Raposo as a marksman. Charlie 1 as just Ant, Nicholas, Laboli, and Rodig. All together in Charlie 1, no leadership. Popsy leading Charlie 2 with Games Kropa, Yuru, Daiwadox, Likurfus, and Leziak. Shy leading Delta with Patriot, leading Delta 1 with Seasmo, Olaf, and Casey. Delta 2 has Solek with Skipbu, Alverq, Pingus, and Rulubuis. Interesting name choice. Otherwise, I'm going to take a quick hydrate here. M4A1 also has full auto. M4 is the burst. Gotcha, Doopy. I didn't know that. Thank you. I'm also putting down the FNF command. Just in case anyone's curious, you can come in as solo players, fun fact. And if you get in right now, you'll be able to make it in time for rounds 2 and 3, because they have their own mod set, their own policy on Discord and whatnot you have to read up on. But that is that. Otherwise, Green 4.
Keep up the content, Wivu.
Ironically, they're in the spot that I figured would be the best one for them. But Rebel, thanks for the 8-month resub. I will do my best, rain or shine, in sickness and in health, to keep the content going, like right now. But thank you so much. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Again, thank you for the 8-month resub. Green 4 are going to be African Militia, Desert Kits. Loadouts are going to be AK-74 and, well, modernized AK-74s, interesting, or AKSs. MP443 Garage as their secondary. RPK for the light machine gunners. PKP for the medium machine gunners. RPG 7v2 for the light anti-tank. And then crew and aviation actually does matter because they have BRDMs, either choice of a PV-2000 or an AKS. Nothing on crew served weapons. Their assets include their technical, which is a Rebel Helix. That Dishka, they can only turn 45 degrees on the left or right. Oh, they have inventory items in there now listed. Cool. And then the BRDM, which has both the 14.5mm and the 7.62. They also have 4 transport dirt bikes, 2 Land Rovers, 1 off-road, and 1 Kraz. It shows me they don't actually have enough transport to move everyone down the route. And the transports might be spread out across, yeah, Some people are going to have to fucking walk. That's going to be a long-ass walk, too. They're going to have to actually ferry people with the transport trucks. Okay. That's funny, Mal. Yeah, usually the Vics are empty, but in this case, I guess they just didn't clear them. But yeah, they're going to have to ferry people, which is quite interesting. Otherwise, Green Force Commander is going to be Depso. Depso. I always want to put an extra syllable in his name, because that's why I was calling him Despacito, but yeah. Anyway, Sayak is his 2IC, Timek has the 3IC, Pierce leading Alpha with Mike and Solomon. Mike is the marksman, Solomon is going to be the medic, no 2IC. Alpha 1 being led by Tempest with Fonz and Ivno under him. Pro Hunter leading Alpha 2 with Gogu, Camera, Crazy, Aim at the Balls. He censored Balls, Cute, and Lacey under him. Ash leading Bravo with Wheaton as the 2IC. Eric as the marksman. Banks as the medic. Bluck leading Bravo 1 with Vex and Shay. Sidium, Pogo _ Swola, and Kermit. NASA leading Bravo 2 with Nagano, Draco, N1, Albert, Ezio, and Caesar. Kazul leading Charlie with Max as the 2IC. Nemesis as the marksman. Flying Finn as the medic. Yanni Finn leading Charlie 1 with Cats, Grav, Leander, Azariah, Whiplash, and DJ. Nimia leading Charlie 2 with Cullis Burton, Jobby, Nafs, Dobbs, and Zombie Forever. Delta being led by Norris with Harrington as the medic. Delta 1 be led by Andriri with Taurus, Bard, and Workus under him. Ilbanek saying, or no, Ibek. No, Iqbal. Oh my god, I'm confused. His name was someone else. Iqbal leading Delta 2 with Pregans. That's funny. Sadawi and the Dying Bush, and then Gamma 1, which is going to be the BRDM crew, is going to be Cholt and Gordon together.
If you don't have enough Vics, tell me, and I'll spawn cars or trucks or whatever you need to get in.
Yeah, there's not enough.
Yeah, I know. There are Vics at other safe zones, so whatever's left over, I will spawn.
Hope you're feeling better today.
If they're wanted.
So, as I mentioned, now you got Malin.
So I'm gonna have to wait until you guys.
Oh, he's saying he's spawning vehicles in because they weren't expecting a full server. That's fair. But yeah, they're going to add more Vics because they weren't expecting to have a full server today, which I give them that. FNF usually has only been around 100 people for the past few months. Today it jumped up to 124. Don't know why. But, you know, that it be like that sometimes. It just goes to show when you have public weekly events like these, you really can't tell how many people are going to show up when, for what reason, at what time. So we'll see how things go. I'd assume TSB is blue for /E because we see Kiri in command, but I haven't really seen a lot of TSB names on here, so I can't tell you, to be perfectly honest. Rakaneko, thank you for the 6-month resub. I think I'm feeling a bit better today, but that's also because I have new medication I got yesterday, and then I got a new prescription filled today that I'll go get, and we'll see how things go. But they were supposed to shoot me a message when it was ready, and I have not received one yet, so that's a little annoying. But I also have a shit ton of Discord messages here, but no missed calls, so yeah, they never filled it. But anyway. Nonetheless, thanks for the 6-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this one. Excuse me. I don't see any Papega Pirates on today. So it looks like they're skipping out today, which is fine. We do have Scandia Recon in force today. They're going to be on green 4. Pierce is also on green 4, and the only reason I mentioned him is because there's a significant chunk at you that always bet against him. So we'll see how that goes. Either way, now that I know green 4 isn't going to have to completely move everyone via ferrying people in and on foot, they're going to be forced to divide everything, which is kind of weird because they have a 4 motorcycle thing here, which I don't know who this is for because there's no X-ray. There's no reason to have these 4 motorcycles here because X-ray used to be a recon group both sides had, but they don't have those anymore, so I feel like this is just lone wolf bait to ban, but, you know, that's just me. And then we've got like a full squad worth of vehicles right here between a command team of 4 and then both squads getting one of those. So one squad's going to have to be forced to move down that way. 4 people on another route and then everyone else coming down here. But I still think green 4 coming down here, maybe doing an earlier dismount to move their BRDM and their infantry force to take this ridge right here. And then the rest of the infantry, you know, just attacking down here would be the best bet. BRDM, if it's put up here, can, you know, snipe things down there with its heavy caliber turret. And then this is the first AO to secure at Sector 1. And then all they have to do is then push over here, and I believe this is Sector 2, right? Yeah. So even with a full server in mind, this will be interesting because we haven't seen a full server in a while. So I'm going to be curious to see how player bases do and the AOs do with a full server in mind, because that's your maximum cap of players. So that's the maximum level of balance you need. So even with 2 sectors, looks like the players are going to be focusing on having 2 groups outside, 1 at the patrol base, which I'm going to be honest, this is just completely out of position to do any real good support to any other group. It's only fair for maybe a marksman to plink at the position from another side, but it's a position. I think it's a bit of waste for infantry, but yeah. 4 motorcycles can ferry 8 men, so that's like half a full squad, presumably set for expecting not a full server. Makes sense, Slushy. Makes sense. But 8 men to come down from over there, I don't know. I feel like that's a silly idea to have individual elements go off on their own, but that's just me. That is just me. I don't really see anything else Green 4 could do otherwise, other than doing that simple, you know, right to left strategy. If they were to even go on the other side, I mean, it would be the same thing. Just dismount your guys early on, have some of them pull around. We got Flux connecting. He's a member of Papega, might be joining as a solo guy. Take this position if you want, and then have that as Overwatch, and then, you know, hit sectors 2 and 1, same deal. That's fair, Slushy. They are kind of loud, but when's the last time you ever saw an actual distraction play? Because the last time I saw that was a helicopter flying around in a Cherno mission last week, and then it was shot down by its own side, which was funny because that was the only side with helicopters. And everyone spawned next to the helicopters. So it's like, why did you shoot down what you saw earlier in Safe Start, you goober? But, you know, you don't want to distract your own side as well, right, Slushy? That would be silly. Otherwise, we got a few minutes left. Feel free to place your bets. I know, once in a while they do pull it off, but also once in a while we see a player base completely rush into the AO blind and get murdered without doing proper recon. Once in a while I see someone headshot their friend because they decided to stand up in front of them for some silly reason. Once in a while I see random vehicles explode, killing half the player base going into the AO. Once in a while is not the best thing to rely on, per se. Because yes, it'll happen, but once in a while, you know, that's anyone's guess. I mean, that's why I write timestamps down for highlight making. Once in a while is what we chase for, admittedly. But once in a while is once in a while. Yeah, Not the restart incident. Once in a while, the defender blows up their own computer with a satchel charge. Don't even get me started about that. That was hilarious. Third round, Scandi recon for the clutch. They fumble it, only to be saved by the defending faction's incompetence. Yeah, then once in a while, I'm grabbing a bottle of vodka. Exactly, Slushy. I drink too, but I'm not allowed to drink while I have this medication. Otherwise, it damages my liver. So I can't. All right, there's mission start. Yeah, Green Force still loading people up because of, they were trying to figure out how many people to bring. We got some extra trucks back here, so it looks like they're going to take everyone on these vehicles and move them out, but they might need to take an additional truck. They might leave the techie, though, or Command's going to take the techie, one of the two. Meds for tonsillitis. I went to the doctor yesterday. They did a strep test. Wasn't strep. They did, yeah. So they don't think it's bacterial. They think it's viral, in which case they can only give me medication for the pain and, you know, let my body fight it off naturally. But usually countries like that don't matter. All I can tell you is that blue 4 are American-based kits and green 4 are African insurgent-based kits. But, you know, some ops they do specific countries, but in the breakdown of everything, we're just given this information. Yeah, so they're not going to take the techie. I kind of agree with that call as well. It's not really the best thing to have, so... It's not a vanilla AK. They're using AK-74Ms, which are from RHS AFRF, Armed Forces of the Russian Federation. So what are these two chuckleheads doing? You got Purton back here, and then you have Dying Bush. You're going to walk it. Good for you. I mean, you could literally take a vehicle, but go for it. Gotta get his steps in. Sure, why not? And then we have Alpha, which has also decided to walk. Yeah, this is going to be a long freaking round, that's for sure. But it looks like they're bringing the truck back to ferry more people in. But, well... This should be interesting. It's only like 2 clicks. Yeah, but... Yeah, it's more like 3, actually, but who's counting? Yeah, if it was OFCRA, they'd have an hour and a half. FNF rounds are only 50 minutes, so you got to get to the action a bit quicker. I remember like a year and a half ago when FNF started hitting 124 players, and that was like, wow, that's the biggest thing I've seen. And, you know, last week we just came off of 220 in the Russian communities. It's like... Looking at FNF right now in its prime and, you know, the maximum players it can be, I dare say it's slightly underwhelming. But this is the staple, you know what I mean? Like, this is the average. This is the pinnacle, I would say, of, you know, stable PvP. Because, you know, anything, you know, past 120 is... not as stable as we would like, but I mean, even saying that, for a game that even the devs admitted they didn't think people would push it past 16 players. Meanwhile, we've seen up to 220. I've seen up to 150 on King of the Hill servers. I mean, it's crazy what this game can do now. All thanks to a bunch of people tinkering with its code. Yeah, way back when, in like 2013, they didn't think people would be able to push it past 16 players. But I mean, that was almost a freaking decade ago. So, lots happened. So Green 4 are doing some really far dismounting here, and they're doing a lot of different ingress patterns, which concerns me a bit. But Blue 4 only have a handful of defenders up to the north. So I could see Green 4 easily bypassing these lines, then directly attacking the sectors. This force on the left only has to bypass about an entire team's worth of guys. And again, this is FNF teams, so the teams are like, 8 players. And then they bypass, put support down, go down and capture Sector 2, and then can flank in. I feel like we're going to end up seeing Green 4 surround Sector 1 and push in. Blue 4's only hope is Green 4 screwing up in their coordination and sending forces out that are unsupported, and those unsupported assets get torn apart by the defenders. Oh boy. This is going to be a bit of a long setup, though. That's, again, I don't mind it. It's just, normally when we have long setup, that it goes to me to entertain you guys, but since I'm under the weather today, it's not the best time to do it, Plus, I'm pooped. There's going to be something really cool being announced tomorrow that, put a lot of effort into over the past 2 months, especially today. Did a lot of polishing and then had to unpolish because of frames. Why is there a wounded guy back here? What did you do? Are they trying to get up to the rooftop area, or... Oh, they're just garrisoning this building.
Bueno, te cubro la pierna izquierda. Sí, sí. Ahora la pierna derecha. Y ahora te voy a la cabeza.
¿Te pongo en algún sitio? ¿Te pongo un brazo?
No, me voy a poner aquí un torniquete.
Is that a misfire somewhere around here? But again, this is just going to be a long walk. We'll see contact maybe in 5 minutes, though, with this group going ahead. I do appreciate Blue 4 making a nice stretched out defensive line here, but if it is directly challenged by a squad, especially on a flanking position, this line is going to fall apart. Plus, with all routes considered, the way Blue 4 has deployed themselves, they're leaving themselves open for anything sweeping on the, southern sides of the map, which we see a defensive line right here to stop anything going around on the southernmost side. This group watching the northernmost MSR right here, or I guess the centralmost, since there was a spawn point either here, I think it was up here actually. So this line to defend against anything coming in from that direction. So they might spot that group coming down.
But as long as we stay...
But it's exposed on the flank.
Heard, mark it. Yeah, I see it. It's looking towards us.
Yeah, so they see those forces
Range
out
is
there.
650. Range 600. Range
650 meters out. I mean, yeah, these guys up here. These guys are going to get into extended firefight, which is just going to promote Blue 4 to entrench. And then this massive group is just going to sweep them right to left. This group's going to get pushed by this much more large group here. And then what concerns me... Actually, no, this is an open hillside. That would be really hard for Green 4 to come down and fight that position. But now you got the long-range shots raining out here. That's pulling everything back. But this is a great flanking maneuver that Green 4 is going to do to sweep out that line. And they got these guys they spotted up there. Green 4 needs to put a flanking force down to hit that position as well. Because the amount of forces that are up here compared to what's down there is definitely, in terms of just keeping this as an extended firefight, in Blue 4's favor, because it nullifies those numbers from being somewhere else, essentially. Put differently, because there's so many people up there, if they stay up here, they're not anywhere else doing stuff, which means Blue 4 is going to have a better number advantage on defending, and that's going to help them out more. We're seeing some great long-range shooting from someone who's now being suppressed by the PRDM. Yeah, it's a 240 Bravo. But as I predicted with this asset, if they just put it up high, it'll be able to easily do its job. Now we're just waiting for that force to go in and sweep that side. Hopefully there's no friendly fire. This team, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to send at least one group around on the far left side and flank around. But even then, not a lot of room to do it. They could go in the low ground right here and then get right on top of this position. But that's going to take them a little while. And now you got other elements starting to break off right. We'll see how the opening casualties are, but it looks like Delta's now opting to pull back. Yeah, right. No friendly fire is something to hope for. The amount of PvP friendly fire we see. Comes NASA on the flank, timing a grenade. Threw it short, so he reverts to firing his rifle, but he manages to get them both. They didn't notice. Caught on a reload. He hears him reloading. Manages to get him as he finishes the reload and puts a shot out. So that's 4 people wiped, 3 kills for NASA. This is round 1. I mean, that's smart. You can't friendly fire if your flanking force gets pulled away. But 4 free kills right there for no casualties. I mean, that's a great start for Green 4, wiping most of Delta 2 here. Rest of Delta spread out right here with the exception of, wait. Why do you have -2 kills? Who did you... Why is Kropa and Popsy dead if you... Oh, I agree. That was perfect hammer and anvil up there, but... They lost a bet and got executed. Okay. Sure. We'll accept that. So Blue 4 has 6 KIA right now. How interesting. Alpha now getting pinned by 2 fortified positions. I don't know why they decided to move down here. This is the most obvious ambush alley area because of these two positions, but by golly, Green 4 just had to try it. Well, yeah, I was expecting Green 4 to friendly fire, not Blue 4 to kill themselves on the friendly fire. So we have the entirety of Charlie doing this massive flank around to get right on top of this position. Blue 4 doesn't have really anything watching their 6 here. Got some smoke thrown really far up. That could have been from a GL round. It's a massive wave of Bravo, though. We got one Blue 4 guy.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh.
Hello? 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 Maybe? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Well, I'm sure nothing bad is happening over there. Anyway. Yes, Seb. We'll blame it on radio issues. Anyway, Blue 4 trying to hold up here with Alpha 1. Rest of Blue 4 Delta has pulled down. Still trying to get on position to flank in this alleyway. Marksman now attempting to lead shots.
I don't know how it happened.
Is he singing?
Yeah, you go.
So these guys quickly popping smoke. This is going to pull Blue 4 to fortify that line, but hold on, we got some security from the base all the way down here, pending Scandi Recon, and that's going to alert the Blue 4 defensive line here that they're being pushed. So we'll see if they pull back. He's still over here?
I do screen and just 1 second.
Okay.
Pink man. Alright, we got Green 4 moving up right here. I hope they don't start shooting each other right here. That'd be kind of awkward. Yeah, so I think Blue 4 knows Green 4 is pushing up here. Oh, we have a down Blue 4 guy out here. Crossfire suppression, smoke's being popped. These guys are a bit slow to move now. They're taking on the ridge. 33 minutes remaining as well. These guys calling eyes on. They have targets. Oh boy. His gun's not going low enough. He takes AT fire and he gets blown away. They put a rocket in there. Good use of AT there. Some of the grenades are getting caught in the barbed wire though, and they're blowing themselves up, which is kind of funny. Oh boy. Everyone's up there. A lot of blind fire going out as well. Well, that just happened. You heard Pro Hunter say hi to him, and he didn't say hi back, so Pro Hunter shot him. Okay. Yeah, this place is just getting swarmed at this point. As expected. Oh, man. 249 just suppressing out the doorway.
Yes.
Wow, oh, no, his symbol disappeared from me. I'm like, wow, the grenade actually got him. Woo! Woo! 249 point blank, bro.
Halsey.
Your buddy died. It's up to you now.
Anyone up?
Will Mogsy channel his inner Adriano and save the sector. That's not even an objective from Green 4 hands. Find out in 20 seconds or less. How did you... Mogsy somehow taking out Kazul from beyond the grave by weapon glitching him out of the bunker. Okay. That's just brilliant. That's just freaking brilliant. Alright, we'll take it. How's my man roll? Is he still okay? Yes, he is. Excellent. He's holding the corner. Delta with command up here in Bravo 1, holding there. Bravo 2 and regular Bravo, the team element lead, is going to come around on the side. These guys will eventually go down to that sector. You gotta respect the 249, though. Just blind firing up there, man. This is just a suppression fight, in all honesty. But let's look at the skull count. We actually have a few people out here that have been taken out. Wow, 2 guys all the way in the back line. Everyone else, I think, was up in that bunker area is down. BRDM is now in a position here to start trying to flank. I don't think it's gotten any kills, but hey, they're trying. They can at least do some pretty heavy suppression. We got a guy down right here that actually might have just been picked off. Meanwhile, for Green 4, we have Nim, Jabby, and Zombie. They died out here, probably to grenade fire. Cats and Yanni also down. Gogu also died in that breach, Solomon as well, but no one on Green 4 has died on this left flank. So we'll see how long the long range hold can happen here. We'll see if there's a vehicle rush down to the other sector. We'll see if Green 4 also starts bombarding with AT. Yeah, so he's using his binos to sight out who's here.
500 метрів рівно. Добре, добре, там ззаді бункерок. Добре. По бункеру, треба по бункеру попрацювати. 550 метрів, азимут 200. Лівіше, Варкас, лівіше.
They're really trying to get that one guy in the bunker back there. They keep landing shots around him, but it's not enough. AT, we just heard land somewhere. And you got some blue 4 elements coming out over here, possibly predicting that green 4's coming around on that side. Meanwhile, checking the BRDM, I thought it was loading up people to move to the first sector there, but it's not. Guys are just laying low right now, waiting to see if they can pick off anyone coming down the ridge, because they're expecting Green 4 to do a suicide charge down, which, I'm going to be honest, based off of the history of FNF, isn't a bad thing to guess. There's been plenty of suicide charges in FNF. Just look at all the fire going back and forth here. Ooh, Mr. Perfect Jet, thanks for the 10-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Yeah, the marksmen are trying to pick off who they can here, but it's just too far of a range for them to get any accurate shots. I think he sees these guys now going by on the right side. Bit of blind fire, but nothing much. Got the BRDM now blindly suppressing the side here. Oh, life's alright, Corn. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, the fastest rounds of FNF ever. Oh my god. Hey, when in doubt, do a suicide charge. It might just work. Yeah, so he's looking out at Sector 1 right now, seeing that it's empty. But you start to see more and more blue 4 bodies stacking up down there. That's 2 now. Doing another quick body count here. Still nothing new on green 4's side over here. But blue 4... we're starting to see more stack in all those positions. So they've gotten at least 4 guys clicked off right here. Now you got green 4 coming around out down here. They're going to go for that sector and then push in on the low ground. 23 minutes remaining. And you got this force right here. So green 4 literally is doing 2 separate attacks on 2 separate AOs, and they'll both end up coming to Sector 2 here, as Sector 1 is, excuse me, Sector 1, because Sector 2 doesn't have any defenders on, so that's going to stall the western attack. But eventually it's going to turn into a delayed pincer, with this force going in first, and then the second attack coming in probably 5 minutes after. Isn't that interesting, when you have a prolonged firefight and all of a sudden all the shooting just ceases? With some occasional shots raining out, but compared to all that machine gun fire that was kicking off. Let's see if Major Khan starts picking people off, because he's real close. He's about to run right into the sight line to green 4. Great double kill right there by Major Khan. But he is unfortunately then tapped by Swola. I mean, he lined up both of these guys right on top of each other here. There's Swola getting the double tap. Is Blue 4 now shooting at their own 2 dudes back here? Yeah, these guys pulled back because they figured that there might be a Green 4 group coming around on the rear. But they're going to potentially get overwhelmed. Green 4 pulling an OB1 with the high ground. Wait a minute. How did Raposo get back here? Wait. Oh, this should be interesting. I mean, if he kills a Green 4 guy, takes his gun, like the SVD. Wait a minute. Okay. I mean, if I recall correctly in F&F rules, if you're found lone wolfing, you should make every attempt to make it back to your guys. And I think that's what he's trying to do here, because he could easily just go up there and shoot people, but now he's taking ground fire. Huh. Okay. I'm not going to comment on it. Blast coming up. Kermit makes it to the house. What did you just throw? There's Sector 2 being captured. A lot of Blue 4 guys in the southern side, but they're technically outside of the sector. And this 4-man team is kind of stalled over here. Patriot now trying to pull back his battle buddies down. AT going into these buildings. Patriot could flank, or he's just going to try to pull back here. NASA stole a 240 Bravo. Might spot Patriot here. And I think Patriot spotted NASA as well. Yeah, 240 Bravo was, stability-wise, not the best choice there, fighting Patriot, who was prone and lowered his target profile. You got the rest of Green 4 that's going to come up. They got some wounded guys, but as soon as this western flank comes in, I think that's going to be the hammer in the... Wow, hold up. We also have the Ridgeside team charging in now. Green 4 trying to close everything for CQC. Why do we have a machine gunner out here shooting? There's Sector 2 captured. Now that force is going to come in. Again, the last group in. This group being the first one. This group about to get into contact. We could still see Blue 4 turn this around, though, now that everyone in Green 4 is charging in. If Blue 4 just maintain their positions and are able to take out Green 4 as they, you know, come into the open and push in, we could still see this turnaround. Hold on, why do we have the crew all the way out here in the BRTM? I think they're trying to do some field repairs there, but yeah, vehicle assets aren't really the most supportive things in PvP AOs. With how nerfed they usually get, but it all depends on the situation and circumstance. I've seen all other vehicles just completely dominate. Look at that, though. Little murderfuls that these guys have. They are just chewing up this group as they come down. That's 3 KIA right here. This is what I'm talking about. If Blue 4 is able to still pick people off as they come in, that's all they need to do. If no coming in saying he was in single shot with no stamina, yeah, buddy. That's how Blue 4's still gonna get you. Depso woke back up, he's pushing forward. We just saw a Blue 4 guy get picked off over here. Explosives being thrown up to these fortified positions here. That might have been an explosive trap triggered just a hair too early. As we have a massive green force assault coming, BRDM also pushing up to assist in CQC. Throw a grenade in there, I dare you, Pro Hunter. Yeah, that was not throwing a grenade, buddy.
I gathered that.
Why'd I hear beep beep? Oh, that was aim at the balls, throwing a charge in here. Oblivious Ninja now coming out. Almost catches aim at the balls, though. But he then gets flanked by Kazul coming up. There goes Alexander to the 14.5 millimeter, penning the building and killing him off. Ooh, there goes the house exploding. And Green Force just starting to overwhelm a lot of various areas of the sector. This will be over in 5 minutes. No Blue 4 guys with AT over here. I mean, real Jamie. Oh, he does have an AT4. There's a satchel in there. Yeah. Finn decides, hey, maybe the satchel, Ooh, there goes the BRDM by the AT4 on real Jamie. That's a perfect example of winning the battle, but still losing the war here. Donnie, thanks for the 29-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Whiplash almost shooting Flying Finn there.
Holy shit, I got 3 of them. I have an interceptor. Do you need anything?
Blue 4, I think, are only down to 5 or less at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 7. Now 6. Now 5. Well, I was almost right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. I'll be right eventually. Arcane missing all of his shots point blank, and TJ just turns around and bitch slaps him out of here for that shit. Yeah, it's only 2 and 2 in the AO right now. It could be captured if a third Green 4 guy enters in. Otherwise, Donnie Seasons, greetings to you as well. Hope you keep enjoying everything. Mission will be over in a minute. Satchel was just thrown. That can still blow up Stefan's building. He runs out, but doesn't die. Grenades being thrown out as well. Sector half captured. Yeah, there's too many Green 4 in here. It's over. 45 seconds and it's over. Catch him. Thanks for the 8-month resub as well. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Whip appears to be stuck in a crater. He gets out. Smoke grenade right there. Blue 4 down to 2. 25 seconds remaining. 1 person remaining as Sayek taps the second to last guy. Now it's just Stefan. Bread putting some shots at Stefan. Grenade goes out. That's not Bread, it's Bard. Stefan trying to hit Sayek right there. 5 seconds. And that is it. That's the server captured. Or the last sector, my bad. Green 4 won pretty decisively there, coordinated all their attacks. Didn't go in all at once, but went in close enough to not be single-handedly repelled. The first attack to the south was looking that way, but then the ridge side charged down and the other flank came in. Yeah,